Oh, hello and welcome back, my fellow chess enthusiast. In today's episode, I have a special treat for you. I will be destroying this 2100 because what I do is I play a bunch of games of chess and I win some and I lose a lot and I post the best ones just for your viewing eyes. Now, hear me out. I've been playing the Caro-Kann type structure a lot, so this isn't the Caro-Kann, this is different or whatever. Is this the Queen's Gambit? I don't know the names of the openings, to be honest with you, but I know this move c4, and I'm going to explain something to you right now and waste some of my time so you can be better at chess openings. If you develop this bishop, there is capture, capture, boom, queen to whatever it is, b3, applying pressure here, and you have a -1 position. So what you need to do is develop this knight, and now we have a completely equal position. Actually, it's like -0.2 or something. So he pins me, which is very unfortunate because to avoid having my pawn structure ruined, there are really two options. Move the knight, which we are not going to do because there is this. There is completely ignore it. You know what? Let's be bold. Bro, will you really give up the bishop for the knight for a ruined pawn structure? I don't think you will. So this is a little cat and mouse. Like, he can do it. And I don't really want him to because I think it's okay for him. But he knows the bishop is going to be important later. And so, ruining my pawn structure, is it really all that important? Hard to say. He did it. We're going to capture towards the center, being practical. Oh my goodness, now that the bishop is developed, does this stupid tactic work? I think, do I develop the queen? And if he captures, I take back like this. Then if he gives the check, I bring the knight here, or the bishop back. Because here, and then there's two attackers on this pawn, and there's one attacker on this pawn, and I can't fix all of it at once. So I'm fairly certain that just ignoring it and bringing the queen is actually what I'm supposed to do. We are in deep water out of this chess opening, and it seems that my opponent has got the best of me. He is rated 2100, so deep breath. Deep breath. Okay, so he wants to trade the queens. You know what? I don't know what. Do I develop this knight and just allow a ruined pawn structure? Does he just win that endgame? I don't really like take and opening up his rook. I can develop this way? Oh man, I'm in a little bit of a conundrum. Do I just develop this pawn here? And if he captures, I take back? You know what? We have to do something. So I'll let him just completely obliterate my pawn structure and go into an absolutely horrible type endgame. So this doesn't work. Is he just going to win this pawn? Oh, we have to trade the queens first. Push the pawn forward? Did that accomplish anything? I couldn't take. It's defended by the knight. So he pushes forward and I step back. Then he attacks me again and I step back. But he has successfully put every single... We're going to put a pawn on a dark square, because we are not getting my bishop trapped. Not today. We are staying alive with the bishop. He doesn't actually really want to castle, but we're going to go for this pin, where if we're able to accomplish it, he could take and then pin me. Oh boy, this is a complicated position. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a little bit beyond me. I'm used to like little simple games of chess. And he's up a pawn, so I'm down a pawn. Straight up, just down a pawn. Ruined pawn structure, but I'm not going to lose hope, because you know what? Man, he is really just playing some tremendously delicious moves. We push forward. I don't see any other move. We push forward. We get this, sort of fix the pawn structure. My pawns really suck. I've been talking about pawns too much. This is defended somewhat. Neither of us have castled. This just invites his knight into my position, so we don't really love that. And I can't even really jump forward, because then he just captures and ruins my pawn structure even more, and then I have all of these pawn weaknesses that he will just mop up because he is a good chess player. But if he doesn't take, then I'm pretty much just going to take. He could castle and defend that. Actually, that would be a great move. And I can't do this because once Yeah, just develop some pieces. I think pinning the knight is fairly reasonable in this position. Also developing my bishop just over here. I don't know what else to play, so we're going to just do that. Castle this way? Oh boy. What have I got myself into? Never lose hope. Never lose hope. Like, the position feels like it sucks really bad, but I have the bishop pair. Do not forget. So the computer is screaming right now, equality. Completely equal. Although he does have the center. He has easy ways to castle either way. Dude's got options. And the second that I develop this knight, he just makes another pawn weakness. So I might have to capture, develop. But then there's this fork, so I literally can't let this knight in because then he just forks this. And I can't defend everything. Now I can capture. What's he trying to do with this guy? I feel like that actually gave me a moment. We capture, bishop captures, knight jumps in. You capture and I capture. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll trade off the bishop pair. I'll trade off the bishop pair if I can get some like weaknesses out of it and then feel a little bit better about myself. This bishop is also like locked out of the game. So, and pushing these pawns so that he can never get in. Like my bishop might be stuck in this little tiny square. Like this little tiny square. His entire existence. And dude, I'm thinking just step up with the king. Okay, so he takes. Jumping in with the knight. Defending the pawn and developing a piece. If he brings the rook, dude, I might step up with the king. He goes for a capture. I capture. The rook gets in. I got to do something about this terrible, terrible situation. And he could just castle and double up, and we play on this open file. That's what we're worried about. So I might have to do this, and Jesus Christ, I might have to just sacrifice a pawn here. Go back and go for the pawn push. That's what I need to do. This. That's the new game plan. Also, this pawn is hanging. Sort of. Yes, it is, because he has to take back. Then there's this, but then there's this. He gets out with check. So I don't actually get it. So that's a fancy move. That's a fancy move, but it doesn't actually threaten my rook. Well, yes, it does, actually. That's rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate. I could give this check, but that just kind of just invites this knight, so that doesn't solve any problems. I can jump forward. Then he just kind of steps up or castles or something, so that doesn't solve any issues either. And if I move this rook, and I can't even put it on the open file, yikes. We lose a pawn. Falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely falling apart. And not only that, I'm losing a pawn, but I'm also losing in the endgame. But let's check his bullet. He doesn't play bullet. He doesn't play bullet at all, and his blitz is actually not that great. So, being down 2 pawns, but going into an endgame like this, I got chances. I got chances. Okay, so he wants the bishop. But I can give it check. Can I? Check. The other knight comes. I threaten the knight. This might solve... Okay, that might have not been the greatest idea. The whole reason for that was to push this pawn so I don't lose another pawn. You can also attack this, and then this becomes a threat. So, like, getting the rook involved maybe isn't a terrible idea. I've really got no forward momentum, and my bishop on the side of the board still sucks. I'm still sort of threatening this, but even, like... Or I'm just threatening this, but even once I do that, he can just attack it. I just don't feel confident about being able to hang on to that pawn in any such way. I don't know why he didn't just capture. What did he see that he did not like? So now this is a threat. So long story short, I have to either defend. This actually keeps the game going longer, I believe. We push forward, and my dark square bishop just kind of lives there. But then capture, capture. What's coming next? Here. This maybe is too weak. Let's do it. It's defended. Wait. Capture. I have to take. Then this is hanging. Ugh. Tactic to lose another pawn. I'm so terrible. I should have just retreated. I was trying to keep the game going. In the spirit of chess, we'll pre-move this. Try and pressure our opponent at least a little bit. I did not mean to play that move. I did not mean to play that move. What on earth is happening right now? What did that accomplish? I mean, a knight can maybe get here. Do I step over? This feels right. Jesus. Okay, so he wants some action over here on this side of the board. This. What do I do? What do I do? I feel like I need to maybe just sacrifice a pawn. What if I go for this? 40 seconds. This might just go for some simplicity. And I could pin it. Not really sure that does anything so great for me. Okay, he hits me with a fork instead. We're stepping over. Bruh. Bruh. I should have maybe explained that a little bit faster than I had played it, but we're at a minute. So long story short, the pawn was defended tactically because the pin at the end, I was gonna say, maybe in some other situations it didn't work. And tragically enough, I'm gonna have a check and pick this up as well. So what on earth does he do in this position? Games are won and lost in the end game. All of that opening preparation and whatever is complete nonsense. Don't do it. And he resigns, as you kind of have to. I could have even given him time, but this position right here is bad. It is really bad. Like, you could defend, but then I just take. And you're still in the pin. So if you step away, then I just grab this. And you have no useful checks. Like, everything is taken. Boy, oh boy, the 2100 goes down. Not easily, but he goes down. And so we're going to switch scenes right here. Look, I learned how to do this all in one little thing. There we are. Instead of making 2 videos, I'll just do in one. So let's go back to the beginning. We'll do a couple. This is the most important thing. This entire video. Pins are important. Is camera good? Okay. This situation right here, you cannot play the most natural developing move. You cannot. And pushing the pawn is the best move, but then you lock your bishop in. So, developing the knight is the best alternative option. And so, I'll show you real quick. If you bring the bishop, he captures, you capture, and then the queen comes out. And you are just in a world of hurt where you're going to have to give up some pawns. And I promise you, it's you're just losing a pawn, but it becomes really hard to play because, like, he just gets on you real quick. You don't want this position ever. So, simply, c4, they bring the knight, you bring the knight to defend this, and everything's all good. He goes ahead and pins it, and for one, that's just a free pawn. I mean, am I really going to be able to hang on to it? The answer is probably no. Capture, capture, and like I said, this move, it's not the best move. Bringing the queen is actually the best move. But, like, yes, this kind of opens up ideas for that, but you gave up the dark square bishop for the knight. And we go forward. Blunder, not a blunder, a mistake. Okay. Okay. And he's just up a pawn. Plus 1.8. I knew my position sucked. We had to push this pawn. We go for a push, which is yet another mistake. 2 mistakes back to back. We do something with the bishop. Oh, is there just a fork here? No, because he can do this same move and kind of get out of it, I suppose. Okay. Then he gets fancy. He plays this move. And then right here, why did he not just take the pawn? Oh, just take here. Then I take. Then you get in. Okay? So I didn't even see that the knight was defending this pawn. I kind of just thought this pawn was a goner. But he could have just removed the defender with check and then grabbed it. So that could have happened. And it did not. So we get this check where I'm able to push the pawn. And so now it's +3, but I'm not actually like, I didn't lose a bunch of stuff. It's just sort of like, you see what I'm saying? It's +4, but he doesn't have 4 points of material. It's generally still equal. I'm down a pawn. And my bishop is out of the game, so essentially I'm down a whole piece. Now, still, why does this fork not work? Because he gets out of it with a check. I step up, and then you just grab the bishop. That's why it doesn't work, because the bishop's there. Okay. That's why the fork doesn't work. Okay. And dude, he just left the pieces on. I step up with the king, and he's still winning. I step over with the king. Oh my god, king defense was my strategy here. +3. Capture. Step over. Capture. Capture. Oh. And then a fork. And dude, you know one thing about chess? I had a -4 position. He has a -2, and he gave up. Bro, keep going. Like, you don't have to give up in this position. Like, my bishop is still out of the game. You are still the one applying pressure. So it's like, even you step over, I mean, like, I grab this, you grab this. It's not over, bro. Look how naked my king is. Your pieces are, like, on top of my king, and this bishop sucks. So sometimes when a blunder happens, people just resign, and I'm going to say to you, don't do it. It's worth playing. Because, like, dude, just, like, you can make a comeback. Don't give up. If you hang your queen, okay, you can resign. But if it's anything else and the game is still like active, definitely when you both have 1 minute, anything can happen. I have played games before where I mop up like 2 rooks with 1 knight and then somehow win with a pawn. Like, don't give up. And so 78%, 77% accurate. Not my best, not my worst. It was kind of a short game. It didn't even make it really into the end game. So I was talking about won and lost in the end game. We didn't even make it to an end game. That was an exhilarating, fun game of chess where I was losing the entire time, but somehow get a little tactic. How does a 2100 fall for something as simple as this? Boom, boom, boom. Just, this is, I have the dark square bishop. You have no dark square defense. Be careful when your king and your valuable pieces are on dark squares, specifically a diagonal that I'm talking like I'm not great at chess. I was losing the entire game. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you learned anything or simply enjoyed watching me play chess, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000, and it's going to take forever. So if like 100 of you could do it, that'd be awesome. So thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one, and I love you. Bye.